यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान गण प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. My best wishes and paripurna ashirvadams to all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth, with paripurna Lakshmi Kataksham, with entire happiness, complete happiness to you and entire your family members. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 11 of 6th chapter. श्री भगवान उवाच शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचं शैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्. Bhagavan Krishna has named this chapter as Dhyana Yogam and Atma Samyama Yogam. This is itself a separate topic in our Sanatana Dharma. Nowadays, science are proclaiming the research result. The meditation reduces biological age and even psychological age. If you are a 30-year-old person, when you begin the meditation, after 2 years, you could check your biological age and psychological age. These are all the norms from our science people. This meditation is the topic. It has lots of branches and lots of interpretations, the mainly by Patanjali Maharishi. There are another text also. So many texts are available. Those all texts they interpret differently, but the core of the knowledge of the meditation is the same. So Manasika Vyaparaha. All of meditations are done with mental effort. So that we have to be prepared. Bhagavan Krishna introduced Bahiranga Sadhanadni means outer requirements. We can say the preparation belongs to the first step. He said Samatvam Atma Vishwasaha Swaprayatanaha. Samatvam means equanimity with all the creatures. When you understand the world, that understanding and the perception affects you and your body, mind and sense complex. Because when we get up in the morning, we look around the world gives impact. World doesn't disturb you. Your perception and understanding through your perception alone impacts your body, mind and sense complex. Therefore, we have to rearrange that perception by the help of Atma Jnana, which was introduced in the beginning few verses. Then also he brought the topic about Atma Vishwasaha. One should be self-confident in order to sit for the meditation. Not only for the meditation, even for the normal life, one should be confident enough. And people think that less confident people alone follow the spiritual path. No, never. Less confident people are not eligible or qualified one for the spiritual seeking. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna is very careful when he gives the norms of the meditation. The preliminary preparations must be pakka, solid. This Atma Vishwasaha, one should elevate himself. Uddhared Atmana Atman. Atmanam na avasadayet. You do not let yourself down. You have to rise. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Let me grow from the dark to light. The prayer. So you have to have that self effort in order to get growth inside and out. Then finally, self-effort. So we alone should work. Nobody can help without karma palla. We have to get it done. See, all this understanding, if we have, we will have the proper perception towards the world. Then the impact of the world won't be negative. From verse number 10, he brings Antaranga Sadhanani. Before bringing the Antaranga Sadhanani, he gives there are 10 things must be taken care of. What are those 10 things? So if we have these 10 things, 10 kind of objectivities must be taken care of. First he says Deshaha, second Kalaha, third is Asanam, Sharira Sthiti, then Prana Samyam, Mano Nigraha, Indriya Nigraha, Buddhi Nishchayaha. These 8 kinds of, we can call it the limbs or steps or preparations for the meditations. Whatever the things, these 8 things must be observed properly by every meditator. Doesn't matter the meditator belongs to what kind of traditions. Now he has to observe these all 8 things. First is Deshaha. Deshaha means a place. The place must be pure, and that purity has 2 standpoints. Samskarataha, and see, samskarataha means it has to be clean by the spiritual aspects. We can call it a spiritual purity or cleanliness. Physical purity and cleanliness. Swabhavataha samskarito va. Either it has to be naturally, it has to be endowed with spiritual cleanliness and physical cleanliness, or artificially we have to make the place physically and spiritually cleanliness. And there are so many places which are loaded with spiritual power automatically, swabhavataha, like the banks of rivers, seashores, the top of the mountain, and even smasanas and temples. Not only that, there are the places, those places prescribed by the yogis called caves. They know how to purify the environment. Because this place is very important, I tell you, because our body is open to the environment. Environment easily can penetrate within us. Make a kind of experiment. You sleep in different places at your home itself, you won't get a proper sleep. Because the physical things needs to have a proper habitual place. And not only that, the place has got its own impact. Even I said in the last session, our horoscope can be predicted by the birthplace. Even the death also, the time of the death, means the place of the death also taken care of in order to predict the horoscope. Now your physical system needs a proper environment, and your psychological system also needs a proper positive environment. We have to be very careful. All the banks of the rivers are solidly said they are loaded with spiritual cleanliness. But government should help, and every individual, we also have the duty to maintain the physical cleanliness on the river banks. So nowadays there are awareness is being made by the government, and every individual also, we are making the effort for that. And seashores, the seashores, the sound itself, it's very helpful for your system. When you go to seashore, you just sit, but you have to be very careful. When you are going alone, you should be very careful. When you go in this kind of secluded places, you have to be endowed with safety, and you should also take care of your health. Because these river banks and the seashores, they are loaded with the spiritual powers and the water, our body needs the moistures. When you sit with a pleasant wind, and that too morning time or evening time, you may feel the pleasant in your body and mind. But when you select the places, you have to select according to your health also. And the top of the mountains are very peaceful places. All high altitude places on the earth, they are endowed with some kind of magnetic power and spiritual power. You can go for the meditations and be careful. Therefore, a temple in India, you can see Kedar, Badri, and even Gangotri, Yamunotri. These are all, the river-based and mountain-based areas. In Tirumala, Tirupati also is over the mountain. Even in south, there are so many places. We can see more temples on the mountains. Then also, there are so many other places even are explained in our Shastra. Even Smasana is the best place for a yogi. Because Smasana is suitable for meditation. But if you follow Shri Vidya, okay, Shri Vidya is a serious upasana method. And there are Samayachara. Samayachara means it's a positive, that which is governed by Vedic knowledge. They prescribe in certain stage, because Smasana means cremation ground. So where the body, that calves are burnt, he can do the meditation with the knowledge. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to do. But these things are not applicable as the general rule for others. No. So it depends on the people, the target which they fix. Therefore, we are not going to prescribe that Smasana for all. Now we have to have, when you select the place has to be endowed with the serenity. It has to be clean enough, because body, it has got its own tendency to observe the things, and even the world also, it always penetrates. As I told you, you cannot sleep properly all the places at your home. You should not eat in all the places at home, and even you should not deal with all kinds of transaction in all the places. Our Vastu Shastra has got its own glory, but people are marketizing that. It has got simple glory, where to sleep, where to do meditation, prayer hall has to be like this. And Vastu is not everything. That's a very small part in our Sanatana Dharma. So the importance must be given as it should be given, but you should not take Vastu on the head. Everything is Vastu. No. Vastu has got its own glory. It helps us to understand, to imply the science of the nature. So we can take a little bit of that knowledge. Then the second one is known as Kalaha, the time. The place is very important. Then the time also very important. Do you know the glory of getting early in the morning every day? People think that it's long back, in ancient time we were not having lights, means electricity. Therefore they used to sleep, they didn't know what to be done. No. Our forefathers were not idiots. Because Ushah Kala, Brahma Muhurta is the place. So this all positive vibrations are existing in the nature. Not only that, as an individual system, your lungs time, Ayurveda and acupunctures, they suggest you to get up from morning by 4:30. The 4:30 is the lungs time. So when you get up from the bed, because we use the bed, cushion bed, when you lie on that, when you put yourself, your body on the bed, the body goes inside, it's not visible at all. That much cushion, it's unhealthy. It should not be followed in that way. We have to have, strong surface. For a meditator, he should not use the cushion and all, because his body, while meditating, after meditation, when the process is on, he becomes more consciousness physically and mentally. He becomes more consciousness, more observer. His ability increases, body becomes so subtle. He should be very careful with the environment, because every ad which when we see, our mind works fast to observe it, assimilate it. Whatever comes in front of you as a bus or car or people or some kind of music or some kind of conversations, your mind keeps aware full attention. So that attention, it swallows all those things. Meditator, when he becomes aware and more consciousness about his mental activity, he becomes more vulnerable to get absorbed by the things. In the beginning stage, he has to be very careful. So you have to have the proper time, because there are times which are known as Sandhya Kala, which are filled with spiritual powers. So they are endowed with Satvika Guna. Morning time from 4:30 to 7 o'clock is a suitable time for meditation. But if you want to get up by 4:30 in the morning, you should have gone to bed before 10 o'clock. That is the rules. And this lungs, when you get up, it expands. So when you come out, so after getting up the bed, you should expose your body to the nature environment. You can go on the terrace, or you can go to balcony and have a long breath, and even you can do pranayama, but you should have taken bath. Then your lungs, when it starts working, you are filled with oxygen according to the science, but Ayurveda and acupuncture says, so when lungs are fully activated and that energy is passed to large intestine, so then the large intestine, when it activates, all excreta comes out. Then immediately the energy is passed to the stomach. The stomach, by the time 7 to 9, you can have the breakfast. Then that energy is passed. This is what we call it organ clocks in acupuncture. You just browse organ clocks. It will be very helpful for you to realize the system of your things, your body. Now, when you get up early in the morning, your body will be free from the excreta. Then it won't have the toxicity. And mind also, by doing meditation, positive activities, you will become rejuvenated every day. You can postpone the aging. That is the first benefit. And you can also enjoy yourself being a jiva, that is enjoying the life. Enjoying the life in positive way with the health. The morning time or in the evening time, so these two times are very suitable. But once you become mature in the meditation, you can do meditation in all the places. We were suggested, as I was learning from Buddhist monastery, and I was suggested to get meditation done in so many varieties of places. So in the beginning, they were suggesting me to sit in the cave for a long time. After a year, they asked me to go to railway station and to do meditation and market meditation. Now, wherever go after a certain period of time, your mind won't get deluded, your mind won't get deviated, your mind won't become fluctuated. That's what, these are called beginners precautions. They should know how to take care of deshaha and kalaha. Then third one is called asanam. Asana means what? It's a seat. Seat, there should not be any seat with cushions and backrest. No backrest. You should maintain your back as a straight. That seat, as he suggested, 3 layers of seat. First, Kushasanam, which is known as Darbhasanam. one thing, this darbha grass, it's a grass we found in our south and north India. So this grass has got the scientific powers. Even during the eclipse, all the food were protected by the grass. You have to put one piece of darbha grass. The negative things won't affect our all food system. This darbha grass has to be the first layer. Then you can put the deer skin, but deer skin means it has to have permission from the government. Okay, then it is suggested by Lord Krishna in those days. Now it has been changed. You can change something else. Something else means a velvet cloth. Then the normal cloth, you can sit the asana. That asana should not be more higher than your limitations, because when you sit in a high altitude places, so you may fall down. Therefore, you have to be careful. So it has to be a little bit, more than the surface, and it has to have a proper size. There's so many varieties of asanam. Even in Himalayas, there is a place called Vasishtha Guha. So if you go there, that cave is for 100 feet. You can go inside. It's beautifully carved cave where Vasishtha did tapas. Vasishtha was the Maharishi. Those Vasishtha, there you can see the asana by stone. So it is carved nicely, the round stone asana. If you go to Rishikesh, from Rishikesh it is 35 kilometers, you can reach the place. There Vasishtha used that asana. So there are so many varieties of wooden asanas. Even mango wood is the best for meditation. It is said by somebody. Somebody means who was a sannyasi who used to. And the statues also, they prefer a certain wood, like mango wood and a fig wood. So now the fig wood, the Varadaraja is very famous now. So these kinds of asanas, so which are prescribed by Shastra, can be used for the meditation, because we were very careful. Even wood, a king should use for his bed, a particular wood was suggested by our Shastra. They were, you see, that science were that much developed. Now we don't know the impact by using so many materials. We created the polythene. Now we don't know how to demolish, how to distract, how to get away with that. We are struggling with that. Human being, we are struggling with that polythene. When we invented, we thought it was great invention. Now we are struggling with that. But in ancient India, the people were very thorough. So everything was used according to health purpose and according to the psychological health also. This kind of glories we can find a lot. So there are certain woods can be used by a king, and there are woods prescribed for ministers, business people and normal worker. So many varieties of asanas are available. Even when you become Pithadhishwar, you should be provided a proper simhasana. But here it is asana for meditation. That asana should not hurt you, and that asana should be very helpful for your posture. Next is posture. Posture means, so the position how to sit. The position how to sit is very important. That he says Thira Sukham Asanam. The asana has to be endowed with firmness, and the asana should give the relaxation and a complete relief. There should not be any stiffness, no pain, and for that you should have more practice. We call it yogasanas. These yogasanas, we have 4 or 5 kinds of activities. We bend front and back, bending, then twisting, then stretching and shrinkling. And not only that, there are already more cleansing methods are there. So all those things we will see a little bit elaborately in the forthcoming episode tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat मुच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ।